If you're looking for a warm-up that's going to prepare you for your resistance training or maybe just your day in general, then this is it. I'm going to run through in real time the warm-up that I do with most of my clients. Obviously, if they've got certain issues, then address those specifically, but this really works on a generic form. So I'm going to run through it, as I say, piece by piece. You're only going to need a few bits of equipment and it's going to prepare your body head to toe. So first off, I'm going to grab a foam roller. Now you could grab any foam roller, this one here, I'll put a link in the description, but essentially what we're going to do first off is open out the upper back. So I'm going to come to the floor and here all I'm going to do is pop myself down on the floor and I am going to get my upper back onto that roller. Now from here, all I want to do is allow my arms to open up first off and just relax into it. Now, I'm not essentially looking to create massive amount of range of motion here. What I'm essentially trying to do is just open up the muscles, get them ready to do exercise, or in another case, might be just to get through your day. So what we're going to do here is lift the hips up off the floor, and now I'm just going to roll up and down the upper back. Now notice how I've got my hands pointing out to the ceiling. That's just going to open out my shoulders. Now, once I've done this for a set amount of time, until I feel like I've got a little bit more mobility and I'm starting to feel it opening up a little bit, then what I'm going to do is place the hands behind my head and I'm going to allow those elbows to drop to the floor. Now, this is slightly more aggressive here, and this is going to open up the back and the shoulders just a little bit more. So I'm going to run through that until I feel like I've got some mobility in there and it just feels a little more loose. Second, then I'm going to take this same foam roller, and then what I'm going to do is come down and stretch my piriformis. Essentially, we're looking at the glute area here. Again, if you've been sitting down, maybe laying down, or you're doing a morning workout or whatever it is, the glutes can kind of go asleep a little bit, and we're just going to give them a little bit of a wake up. So as we come here, I'm just rolling over. You might find a couple of trigger points or a couple of little sore points there. Now, you're not looking to knead them out massively. All we're looking to do is just apply a little bit of pressure in there, waking those glutes up, telling the central nervous system we're about to do something or that we want to wake up in general. So then I would come on to the other side as well. Again, I'm rushing through this, but you might spend 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds on there. And once again, we are not looking here to create mass relaxation. We're just looking to stimulate, to wake up in preparation for exercise. If you want to know my thoughts on warming up in general, I'm going to pop them in the description. Please read that, because sometimes it can be seen as a bad thing that you are stretching or any kind of mobility work before you're going to do a workout. Particularly with the age, I agree that it should be done even more so. And that's why I've really put together this generic warm-up. So having finished there on the piriformis, I'm going to get rid of my foam roller. So that's really how much I use that. Now what we're going to do is grab a resistance band. So now I'm looking to open out the upper body. Nothing kind of works better really than band pull aparts. These are really great. Now here, you're going to pull across the chest. I've done other videos on this exercise. As you pull across the chest here, you're looking to squeeze the shoulder blades together. If I turn around here, so you're just looking to squeeze the shoulder blade. I'm looking to wake up the shoulders in general, the upper back, pulling that band apart. And notice how my thumbs come out, point out that way. Now I'm going to open up the shoulders. You don't want to leave the hands internally rotate like this, because all you're going to do is throw those shoulders in. So now what you want to do is pull out in this position like so. So again, I'll put the sets and reps I recommend in the description. However, again, you kind of just want to feel it out when you feel ready. You don't want to feel tired from these exercises. So now we're going to use that band again. We're going to pop it around mid-rib height here. Now, if you don't have an upright like I've got here, you could use a door, you can make a knot in the door, or you could use a door anchor, something to get it at that kind of level. Now, all we're going to do with this band, again, remembering that we're not trying to create a workout itself, we're just trying to stimulate. So here we're going to work the upper chest. We're going to come across the body here. I'm keeping my arm relatively straight, and I'm coming across the midline of the body. So as I come here, I can feel the chest starting to work. I'm pushing that shoulder back and down into the pocket. And if you want to know about something I call a shoulder screw, then please check out the longevity movement masterclass that I've made there. So I've got you fully covered here in terms of the moves, but essentially what you want to do is get that shoulder back and down, and then you're going to pull through here. So that is going to wake up the chest. Obviously you would repeat that on both sides. Excuse my back. So as I come here, the shoulder is back and down, and now I'm going to come through and I'm pressing through again, keeping that shoulder back and down. This really does work the shoulder quite hard in that position. So there we have it. That is 4 of the warm-up exercises done. I'm going to pop that band back, and now we're going to grab our little band. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attack the hips and this whole region in general. This is going to wake up the glutes as well. So I'm going to pop this band on. In this case, I'm actually going to pop it just below the knee. I'm not going above. We're going hardcore. We're going below the knee. So here I'm at mid-calf level. And essentially what we're going to do, you may have seen this before when we go from side to side. Now I'm great with going side to side. I'm happy with that. However, I'm actually going to change it up slightly as well. So here what you're looking to do is keep the feet relatively straight. You don't want to come out too ducky-fired, as I call it here. You want to make sure that we're working those smaller muscles in the glutes as well. So as we come here, I'm going to sit back. I'm getting a hip hinge. If you need to check that out, then please check out the longevity movement masterclass. Coming into that hip hinge here, sitting down here, I like to clasp the hands, get a bit more tension, and now I'm going to bring that foot across, nice controlled. I'm not really trying to bob up and down here. I'm trying to keep the focus on really working the glutes here. Again, just a wake up, not work out. So here, I'm going to come side to side, step in with control, like so. Now, you could just do this. However, I much prefer to do a bit of a forward walk and a backward walk. Now, it's the backward walk where you're really going to light up those glutes. So as you come down, you want to remain in that lower position, because as you come back, your body's going to want to rise up, and you're going to prevent that. Again, I'm going to reiterate a point. You are only looking to stimulate, feel, connect with the glutes, not looking to completely exhaust yourself. So once you've done a few side steps, you feel like you're starting to get activated, then you're going to come through with this. Walk forward. Notice how I'm going from heel to toe, heel to toe, heel to toe, and I'm going to keep that on the way back. So as we come back, really flat-footed, coming down. Now here, my body wants to rise up. Now I can start to feel my glutes rising. I've slightly turned my feet out, as you can see, and that's allowing the knees just to drive out slightly against this band. So as we come through, I'm going to go one more time. Now, even just in those 2 walks that I've just done, that is really starting to light up my glutes. And now I'm starting to feel like they're ready to go. That's essentially all I want to do with my glutes. Let's get rid of that. Now this is optional, but I do like to encourage it. The groin can get really tight in general, so I like to do this. I'm going to come down on one knee, and we're going to go into a side lunging position, like so. And then what we are going to do is rock back here. As you rock back, you're going to feel the stretch in the groin. And then what we're going to do is go in and out. So we're going quite dynamic here. We're going in and out of this stretch. If you're not feeling that very much, or you're feeling a bit sadistic, then you can pop a bit of pressure on that foot. So as I push into that foot there, that foot is getting pushed into the ground. Now I have really increased the amount of stretch I'm feeling on that groin. So as I hold here for a second, then I'm going to rock backwards and forwards. And then I'm going to repeat on the other side. So as I come through here, again, feeling it out, I'm feeling the groin working. And if that's not enough for me, I'm going to pop pressure on that foot, drive that foot down. Now I can feel that start to really get working. And then I'm going to come through and rock through again. Right, we're nearly done. Couple more things to do. I'm now going to come into the calf muscle. I'm also going to work the bottom part of the calf here. I'm not going to get technical on the tool. So I'm going to work the main calf muscle here, and now I'm going to work also the bottom part here. So what I'm going to do is come up against the wall, something that's Sturdy, keeping the straight leg first off, and I'm trying to drive that heel into the floor. I'm not holding this position. I'm not looking to really create a massive amount of stretch. I'm actually pushing into the wall quite a bit, get a bit of a stimulus going on. Then when I feel ready, I'm just going to relax that knee. Now that's going to stretch below the calf here. Go easy on this. Again, we're just kind of exploring a little bit. I have a little bit of a play left and right there. I'm well within my full range of motion, but I'm just kind of working it, getting ready for exercise. Come out. I'll repeat on the other leg. Again, keeping a nice straight leg first off. That's going to work the belly of the calf. Now I'm going to drop down. And I'm just going to explore left and right a little bit. That generally feels really good, and it just wakes up those calf muscles ready to go. And finally, probably my favorite move of the lot, and this is why I leave it to the end, is that we're going to just work our way down into a squat, but we're also going to work the hamstrings at the same time. So depending on your flexibility will depend on where you're going to grip. Now I'm going to grip onto my toes when I show this, but you could come down and grip onto the middle of the shins here if you're maybe not quite so flexible. So what I'm going to do is nice deep breath in. On the way out, I'm going to come down and touch my toes. So come down. And then from here, if I wasn't so flexible, I'd grab onto my shins here. In my case, I'm going to grab onto my toes because I work very hard at this. Now what I'm going to do is sit down into a squat position. And now I'm just going to rock from side to side. And I'm trying to actually press my knees in. Now by pressing my knees in, I'm also going to fire up lots of small muscles around the hips. So I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck. And then from here, what I'm going to do is keep in hold, going to stand up. And now from here, I feel my hamstrings being stretched. I'm not going to hang out there too long. I'm going to come back and I'm going to rock between those two positions, backwards and forwards. Now, if you wasn't so flexible, it's still fine. You grab yourself on the inner shins here. Now you come down and you can still come in and work this position. Might not get as deep, that's fine. You work where you need to work. Your range might even be better than mine. So, and then as you come back up, going to stretch those hamstrings, keeping a nice straight spine in this position. And that is going to warm up your entire body head to toe. Now you are ready to go into your workout, or maybe just to go about your day. And as ever, if you found this useful, then please click the like button, share with your friends, also pop a comment in there on the exercises you liked. Please check out theworkingbody.com for all things health, fitness and wellness.